Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. Wanted to give you an update on the EIDL grant and loan program, where the status of that thing is at. Before I do, please like, subscribe, share this with all your friends and colleagues, and please promote this, okay, so people can know what's going on and be up to date. First things first, there's been a few Senate letters to the SBA that have updated different atrocities, okay, with this whole loan program, okay? Another hedge fund that's worth $2 billion, got $2 million last week, and they were called out on it by a couple senators, Chuck Schumer and a couple other senators. It's ridiculous, okay? To give you an idea, for those of you that are struggling right now, because I pulled out my calculator, and if you, okay, took $2 million and divided it by, let's say 25 grand, probably help a lot of you guys out. That's 80 loans that they could have made with that $2 million that they gave a $2 billion hedge fund. Now, let's get into it with the EIDL situation. And first of all, it shouldn't be called EIDL, it should be called EIDLD for Debacle, Economic Injury Disaster Loan Debacle, because it's absolutely a complete disaster at this point. I spoke to the SBA on Friday, and they told me that they had millions of applications that they were behind on, and that they're telling people 3 weeks, but they do not feel they can get and meet that timeline right now. So for those of you that are hanging on every minute and checking your email and refreshing it, waiting for that loan offer, waiting for that loan offer, waiting for the loan offer, it's not coming anytime soon, okay? And when I read you this letter, you're going to freak out, okay? So first things first, okay? Chuck Schumer, Benjamin Cardin, and Jean Shaheen sent a letter to Javita Carranza, okay? Now, here's my prediction. First things first, 5 years from now, the SBA will not be what it is today, will not be involved in helping small businesses. There will be some other program that's going to come out of this mess that we're living through. Now, lucky us, you get to have your friends, family members, and different business partners and people that are around you go bankrupt during this time because of their inefficiency, okay? So this was a letter that was sent on Saturday to the SBA. Now, you can call it partisan, you can call it whatever you want, okay? But this is pretty impactful when I read this to you, okay? First things first, I'm going to read some of this, so just bear with me a little bit on this, okay? We write to you with significant concerns regarding the implementation of the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program and how it's been handled during this time. One such example of the mismanagement is the recent decision to limit the EIDL loan to only $150,000. Now, first things first, when I spoke to the SBA on Friday, they're changing their tune. They're saying, it was never a $10,000 grant. It was up to $10,000. We're going to stick to that. Where one of you people sent me, it was so beautiful. You sent me from the website, they took a screenshot of get your $10,000 here. Well, how can you argue that? Get your 10 grand by clicking on that box for your grant, okay? So they're going to have a real problem with that. But the SBA took it upon themselves to change the loan amount from up to $2 million down to 150 grand. And that's not even that's not even all of it that they've done. Now, some of you are thinking, wow, $150,000. You single solopreneurs and you people that don't have employees, that seems like, a year's pay, okay? So please, some of these businesses have multiple employees. They've got trucks, whether they're the gutter guy that made a comment who's got 6 employees and 6 trucks. He needs 150 grand. He needs $2 million to get that guy through this thing. So anyways, they took it upon themselves to change it, and from $2 million down to $150,000. Now, prior to instituting the cap, the average loan that the SBA made before they changed this was $200,000. So now their loan amount, now that means that they made some loans for $300,000, some for $19,000, some for $400 grand, but now they've took it upon themselves to cap the loan amount at $150,000, which is ridiculous, okay? People, every day that this goes on, things get worse. Bills become due. Insurance, rent becomes due. Everything, okay, as we talk, okay? The other thing is the SBA's decision to close the portal to non-farm businesses is also concerning. Now, here's the thing. Tuesday, I reported, hey, they're going to open up on the 5th, they're going to open up the portal to all businesses. They did it for a few hours, guys, okay? So they can say, yeah, we reopened it. It's ridiculous. The fact that they have 4 million outstanding applications right now for all of us, I don't care. Do you care? Do you care that they're waiting to decide if you're worthy of a loan or not, if you've been impacted by this? By the way, it's another month, another 2 months. Okay, yeah, the impact's going to grow, okay? So the other thing is that the EIDL loan also did something that if you get funded right now, they instituted a cap. The most amount of money that you can get at one time, think about what I'm about to tell you, is $15,000. So if you get a $50,000 loan, well, wait a second, Charlie, you don't get 50 grand right now. You're going to get 15,000, and then you have to go back to mommy and daddy at the SBA and say, oh, I need more money, okay? Imagine that. Imagine how beautiful this whole experience has been, that you have to go back to them and ask them for more money right now. It's outrageous, okay? So again, PPP money, I know somebody that's got PPP loan, congratulate him. They signed their loan documents, and in 1 hour, the money was put into their account, okay? Because I guess they're big people and they're grown-ups, and you guys are not. You guys are children that need to beg the SBA for your $15,000 at a time. It's outrageous. Think about that. If you did get approved for $150,000 or $200,000, they're only giving you $15,000 at a whack. Now, let's go back to the gutter guy who's got all those trucks and everything. That guy probably spends 15 grand a month on fuel for those things, okay? This is ridiculous that they're doing this, okay? Okay. The other thing is, we also, the senators say this, we also approved funding for you guys to receive $2.775 billion in administrative funds. Now, for the SBA to run their shop and their consulting gigs, SBDC and all that other nonsense out there, and I'll get into that in a second, they gave them $2.775 billion, okay? Or let's go back to the $25,000 loan again for you guys again. That's $111,000 loans they could make. So 111,000 businesses could have benefited 25 grand a whack, and the SBA got another almost $3 billion to run their administrative stuff. Now, I was contacted by the SBA a little over a week ago, and they said, listen, you got to contact the SBDC. Now, I don't know if this is the same in your state, but here in California, this is what we have. They have these offices that get hooked up with the universities and colleges, and they do consulting to start your business, okay? Now, the problem with it is it's funded by the SBA, which is funded by you guys, okay? So the SBDC, they're like, Dan, you got to contact the SBDC and see what kind of loans they have, because you'd be perfect and you're going to get something. And if you don't get the EIDL and you can't get PPP, you're going to get something through them. They don't offer loans, okay? I told the guy, but I'll call them for you. So I call them, and sure enough, a few days later, they get back to me, but they go, listen, we need you to sign the consulting contract before we talk. And I'm like, I'm not signing anything before I talk to you. What loans do you have that you can offer me and I can offer my channel and all my clients? Oh, we don't have loans. We offer business consulting. Now, think about how outrageous it is. That $2.775 billion is for consulting right now. You guys are getting more from YouTube than from these people charging people right now, okay? So be outraged with this, okay? Sorry, guys, bear with me, okay? Now, here's the worst part. Fewer than, listen to this, all the nonsense numbers, and I want to throw in profanity, and I want to be so outraged right now. all these numbers that you're hearing in the news of how many loans have been made and there's hundreds of thousands of businesses and millions have been helped by this. There have been fewer than 50,000 applications that have been accepted for loans. 50,000, okay? There's 4 million applications outstanding right now, guys, okay? They've only funded less than $10 billion to date, okay? You guys outraged yet? Because I'm seething right now, okay? Now, they also said this means the SBA has dispersed less than 3% of the available funds, okay, to the EIDL loans. While you guys are clamoring, while you're staying up at night, losing sleep on am I going to make it? Am I going to get this money from the SBA? Hey, honey, check the email one more time and see if we got our loan offer, okay? They've distributed less than 3% of the money. You guys, it's time, okay? Outrage, okay? You have to be upset at this point, okay? I'm not, write your congressman, write your senator. I'm not that guy, okay? But in this case, you have to. You have to scream to the mountaintops. Below the description, I will have their fax number again. I will have another email for you that they just gave me to contact them. I will have their 800 number. What is the status of my loan? But also contact your congressperson and ask them what the hell is going on and why you're not getting this money. Because, you guys, this is outrageous at this point. It's absolutely outrageous, okay? Now, they talk about the grants, okay? Think about what I'm about to tell you. They were given just like we were told, okay? Mentions the grants in this letter. And by the way, I'll leave a copy of the link to this so you can go to it yourself. The $10 billion appropriation in the CARES Act and an additional $10 billion, an interim COVID-19 act after funding ran out. They told us that the funding ran out for the grants because they gave out, all that money that according, they only gave out 3% of it. These grants were intended to provide assistance to EIDL applicants within 3 days to help them address immediate needs while their loan applications were pending. Okay, in other words, guys, I know people hey, you're denied, you're not getting a grant, that they were not supposed to get this, okay? They were supposed to get the grant, but they haven't, okay? Your decision, yet the SBA made the decision to cap grants at $1,000 per employee, thereby severely reducing the number of businesses that could receive the full $10,000, okay? By the way, this will be the thing that finishes the SBA with all of the litigation and everything that's coming down the pike for these guys. They'll have nothing but problems. You need to rectify these problems and uphold the intent of the EIDL. They need to reverse the $150,000 loan debacle, and they also need to open it up again to non-farm related businesses. Now think about this. What if why is it farms only? Now, I live here in Southern California, but my family, a lot of them are in Nebraska, and there are a lot of farmers in my family, okay? Fantastic. Why not make it all automotive? That industry's struggling. Why not all the contractors, okay? Listen, everybody in termite inspection, you guys get all the money, you guys get your applications open. It's ridiculous at this point that they've done this to us, okay? So, if you need more funding, it says ask for more funding, okay? Guys, it's outrageous, okay? Please, right now we're in a holding pattern, okay? And it's not lesson time, but this is just the way it is. I have a brother who is very fiscally responsible, let's put it that way, okay? And through the years, he's taught me ways to manage money, manage my life without pissing my money away and squandering certain things in my life. And without a doubt, every time I come back to it, whether it's a hard decision, I don't want to do it, he's always right when it comes to doing this. So you need to make a decision right now, because what you're going to read in this, there's not money coming on Wednesday, okay? It's not coming Friday. Who knows when it's coming? You can be mad at the administration. You can say we need a change. Can you wait for a change? Can you wait to January? Are you guys in good enough shape that you can hang out till then? I had a competitor this week go out of business already, okay? There's more coming, okay? Can you get through this time, okay? Do you have a plan? and again, whatever you have coming in, if you are conducting business right now, God love you, okay? If you are not and you are hanging on to this lifeline, figure out what you're going to do. I've got some more grants and other things I'm going to share in the coming days with you because I found some cool stuff I'll share with you. I wanted to do a quick video. Sorry for the rant. I think I did this whole thing in one take. But anyways, I care about you guys. I want you guys to succeed. Share this, like this with your friends, but reach out. Do not take this. If the SBA offers you $100,000, you tell them it's not enough. Ask for more money because there's already internal documents that have been released that they've told people that, oh, hey, listen, don't tell them that they can get up to $150,000. You can get $2 million in this loan program, right? I don't even care if you're not in Chuck Schumer's district. Write that guy and tell him you need help with this because let them be partisan. Let them blame the administration. What do you care if you're going to feed your kids and keep your business going, okay? Deal with your creditors right now. Deal with what you can fix right now before you get the check. And don't just start swiping credit cards and do things to keep the fires out because I'm telling you, if you deal with people that can't be dealt with right now, that don't understand your situation, you're waiting on this loan and they can't give you an ounce of breathing room, don't do business with those people in the future, okay? Because people will remember the people that were good. People will remember the people that dissed them during this time. Like, subscribe, share this. Sorry for the rant, but I'm furious at this point. And mark my words, the SBA will not be around in a few years. It's going to be a different organization. They're going to get sued, beautifully sued, and there's going to be so much litigation for these consultants and all these other people that know so much about how to run businesses. The guy that they sent to me, the guy he runs restaurants, and they thought that was the appropriate consultant to deal with a medical device guy, okay? Clearly he was a talented guy, but it had no business talking to this guy, but I'm sure he billed the taxpayers to talk to me, okay? And you're paying for that, okay? So remember that. Be outraged, okay? Like, subscribe, follow, share this with your friends, and please, I'll talk to you soon, okay? Have a good day, and leave some comments below, and let's get this figured out, okay? Good luck to everybody, okay?